Hello everyone, my name is Daniela Requena Suarez and today I will present about the summary of ongoing experiences from the CEO Silvacarbon Country Workshop on biomass measurements. And I say ongoing because this is a workshop that is currently being held. It started this Monday and it will last until Friday. And the presentation that you will hear now basically entails a little bit of background on the workshop information as well as the topics that are currently being discussed. So the workshop is currently being held at Asunción, Paraguay, and it is co-organized not only by Silvacarbon and CEOs, but also by Paraguay's Instituto Forestal Nacional. And the workshop objectives, the first one is to present national forest inventory systems, focusing not only on the plot design and also the measurements, but also on the ways in which emission and removal factors are derived and how these are used to estimate greenhouse gas fluxes in the reports that are submitted to the UNFCCC. And the point of this exchange is to basically share country experiences of the verification processes and also identify shared difficulties and the ways found that they have found to overcome them. The second point is to introduce existing and upcoming space agency missions such as CCI Biomass, specifically designed to map above ground biomass and the ongoing projects producing continental to global biomass maps. And here basically the point that we are having as producers is to showcase different methodologies and discuss their potential value to estimate greenhouse gas fluxes in the land use sector. And also to discuss perhaps possible partnerships for the calibration or the validation of such products. Finally, the third objective is to discuss the newly incorporated IPCC guidance on the use of biomass maps, which was part of the 2019 refinement to the 2006 IPCC greenhouse gas guidelines, and the considerations for the use of satellite-based data and derived biomass products. So the participating countries are Paraguay, which is currently the country that is also co-organizing this event, and also the countries of Colombia, Ecuador, Guatemala, Mexico, and Peru. And one thing to basically consider when we're discussing this is that indeed countries are the reporting experts. Therefore, collaborations with their active input is key for Earth observation product development, which is why events such as these are extremely important. So far, these countries have been presenting on the particularities of their NFI sampling strategies as well as the challenges that they currently face. And of course, we see that from the presentations that there are many different methodologies for sampling and estimating forest biomass. There's also, and this is something that is not in this slide, but there is also many different definitions of what is considered as a forest and what is not considered a forest. They are mostly leading their first, but some of them are also already on their second or third round of measurements. And they have advanced satellite-based monitoring capacities for activity reporting. So the capacities for doing this are already there, but of course they are keen to hear from us and keen to discuss how the use of biomass products, such as, for example, the CCI biomass product, could be used in reporting. Regarding the identified challenges and opportunities that are currently being discussed, first from the side of organizers as well as product developers, there are difficulties in computing confidence intervals from existing biomass maps to report uncertainties. And of course, this is a point that has not only been discussed this week, but is a subject of ongoing discussions within the field. However, this currently hinders the use of biomass map for greenhouse gas estimates, and is something that should be reflected further. The second point is that model-based inference approaches, as opposed to, for example, design-based inferences, are difficult and complex, and the section in the 2019 refinement to the 2006 IPCC guidelines on the use of biomass maps um, is quite short and does not give a lot of details. Therefore, it should be regarded as a placeholder with new methods to basically make with new methods that allow for their integration, hopefully moving fast, not only in their development, but also in the time frame in which these can actually be detailed within the guidelines themselves. And the last point is also that reconciling differences between atmospheric measurements, which are basically top-down, and also inventories of greenhouse gases, which are bottom up, can be is basically an ongoing discussion and something that requires constant communication as well as collaboration. From regarding the identified challenges and opportunities by the reporting countries themselves, currently they see a lot of challenge in reducing their uncertainties. Maybe this is something that biomass maps can help with. Also for accounting for uncertainties related to measurement errors, basically the errors that are obtained from measuring individual trees. And here it's not only I am not really sure if biomass maps can help with that, but maybe providing a better and more detailed guideline of how biomass maps can be used and how uncertainties and can be accounted for can be of benefit for this point. And also, a third point is analysis or the quantification of biomass in areas that are not forest. Um, Currently, if a forest is lost, usually what is done is that the whole value of biomass within that area is removed, which is likely not the case. Therefore, what we need is, or what reporting countries need, uh, is to basically calculate and is to basically estimate how much carbon remains after this type of conversion. And of course, this is also very dependent on a country's definition of forest, which, as we are seeing, varies quite a bit from country to country. And finally, another point for improvement and another challenge that has been identified is the mapping and not only the areas in which forest degradation is happening, but also the quantification. In other words, how much biomass is being lost in this process. Regarding the initial steps into including biomass products for greenhouse gas reporting, there are two countries that I want to highlight. The first one is Paraguay, who is currently exploring the inclusion of JEDI data to improve their emission factors. And then there's also Peru, which has two ongoing explorations. The first one is the calibration of the CCI biomass map using NFI data, and the second one is relates to the improvement in precision of above ground biomass estimates for greenhouse gas reporting, which I believe is also going to be presented by Natalia later in this session. Um, Also, future steps and things that we're going to keep on discussing this week is maybe the use of the CEO's biomass harmonization and comparing different biomass maps in the map dashboard. And also, we have been presenting on the use of plot to map, which has also been developed within CCI biomass, which countries can now explore. Currently, all of the presentations that we have been having are available on YouTube. You can find the presentations in the following links, including the live stream for today. And that is it. Many thanks for listening.